So now we will see how we can find a factorial of a number in JavaScript. So guys, let us move to VS Code over here, and simply inside the programs folder, we are going to create a new file in this case. So guys, as you can see, we have this factorial.js file over here. Now guys, what is the meaning of factorial? So simply let us understand that as well. So factorial of any number. So let us say factorial of 3. How do we calculate it? We multiply this number by the previous number, which is 2. So we multiply it by 2, and then again we need to multiply this number by the previous number, that is 1 over here. So guys, one at a time, we need to multiply all the numbers after decrementing its value. Let us take another example over here. So let us say we want to find the factorial of the number that is 5 over here. So simply what we have to do is, basically we need to take this number that is 5, we need to multiply it by the previous number that is 4, and then again multiply by the previous number that is 3, and so on. We multiply by 2, and then in the end we multiply by 1 over here. So guys, the common thing in both these calculations is, in the end we need to multiply all the numbers by 1 over here. So guys, in this case we are going to make use of the recursion, that is the function calling itself, in order to calculate the factorial of a number. So guys, let us create a new function in this case. So let us say we provide the name of the function, that is factorial, and then we are going to create the arrow function, which is going to take one parameter, that is number over here, and then followed by the arrow function, that is equal to and the greater than symbol, that is the combination of these two special characters. And then after this we need to provide the body of this particular function, that is factorial. So guys, over here we need to first of all check whether the number is it equal to 1. So over here simply we will say if number is it equal to 1 over here. So guys, when we have this particular number is equal to 1, then we need to return the result as 1 in this case. So basically we are going to return the number 1 over here, and then guys, simply by using one line of code over here, we are going to calculate all these numbers, and that line of code is simply we need to provide the return followed by the number that we have got. So guys, over here first of all, let us say if we call this particular function, that is factorial, with the number 3 in this case, so this number will be taken, that is 3 over here. It will be multiplied by the previous number. So how do we find the previous number? We simply need to subtract 1 from this particular number that we have got, which is 3 right now. So guys, simply we need to do number minus 1 over here. Now guys, repeatedly we need to multiply by this particular number minus 1. So what we can do is, simply we can pass this number minus 1 expression to the factorial function over here, so that next time when the interpreter goes again to the factorial function, number minus 1 will be equal to 2, and then once again 2 will be multiplied by the previous number, that is 1 over here, and then in the end the factorial function will receive the number is equal to 1, and it is going to return the result as 1 over here. So guys, let us understand the working of this as well. So basically we are going to have factorial of number minus 1 in this case. So guys, this is the complete function in order to find the factorial of any number in this case. Basically for the example that is 3 over here, what will happen is the factorial of 3 will be called in this case. So basically when this number is equal to 3, is number equal to 1 over here? No, in this case. So basically this particular expression will be calculated. So let me just copy this and paste this over here. So factorial of 3, it will be equal to number multiplied by factorial of number minus 1. So what is the value of number? It is 3 right now, which is getting passed to the factorial function. So 3 multiplied by factorial of number minus 1. What will be number minus 1 over here? It will be 3 minus 1, that is 2 this time. So guys, basically the factorial of 2 will be called once again, in which case it will be checked whether number is equal to 1. No, in this case, because number is still 2. So basically we need to copy this particular expression and replace this factorial of 2 over here. So this time the number is equal to 2. So we need to replace this number by 2 over here, and then factorial of number minus 1. In this case the number is 2 right now. So 2 minus 1, it will be equal to 1. So over here we replace this particular expression by 1, and when the interpreter calls this factorial function once again, the number will be equal to 1 now, and we will get the result as 1 as the return value. So guys, over here factorial of 1 will be replaced by 1 over here. So we will have this particular expression that will be calculated, and it should be returned by this particular function due to this return statement over here. So 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, it will be equal to 6 this time. So guys, let me just comment out this particular explanation over here. Simply we can call the factorial with a specific number that we want to find the factorial of. So over here let us provide the console.log statement, and then we will say factorial of number 3 is, and then followed by dollar symbol, and then we need to call the factorial function inside the open and close curly braces along with the number that we have defined, that is 3 over here. So guys, basically it will say factorial of number 3 is, and the result that we are going to get from this particular function that we have defined. So guys, let me just save this file now and try running this code on the terminal by using the node command followed by the name of the JavaScript file over here. So as you can see, factorial of number 3 is 6 over here. That is what we had calculated in this case. What will be the factorial of number 5? So let us check that as well. When we provide factorial of number 5 is, and then we need to provide the number 5 as the parameter to this factorial function. Let us save this file now and try running this code once again over here on the terminal. So as you can see, factorial of number 5 is 120. We can verify this by using the calculator as well. Simply we can manually find the product, that is multiplication of all these numbers. So basically it will be 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1 over here. So as you can see, we are getting 120 in this case, and that is what we have got the result over here. Now guys, what will be the factorial of the number that is 7 in this case when we provide the parameter as 7 to this factorial function? What will be the output? Comment in the comment section below. Let us see whether your answer is correct or not. So please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to the channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. I'll see you in the next video, in which we are going to talk about how to take user input using read line in JavaScript. So stay tuned.